When a quarterback has 291 yards passing and 3 touchdowns in swirling winds, it's tough to say that your defense shut him down, but that's essentially what the Minnesota Vikings did on Sunday. Because yes, 2 drives, start the game, 2 touchdowns to Davante Adams. Oh, here we go again. But once the Packers got off of scripted plays and the Vikings defense adjusted, they played lights out. In high leverage spots, Aaron Rodgers was controlled, including 3 drives in the second half that resulted in either a turnover on downs or a punt. So, the Vikings defense really did lead the way, besides Dalvin Cook and the Minnesota Movement Company up front, to get a win on Sunday. So how did the Vikings do that? How did they get a consistent pass rush without Yannick the Freak Ngakoue, as well as how did they cover Davante Adams and company with only 2 healthy cornerbacks by the end of the game? You had Anthony Harris playing cornerback. Great, cool. But like we said last week, take what Tampa did to heart, because rush 4, sit in coverage with 2 deep safeties, and dare Aaron Rodgers to beat you. And he didn't. He really didn't, because the whole thing with Rodgers is that when he was a bad man, when he still is a bad man to a degree, single high safety, blitzing him, and also man across the board, like that's when he beats you. Like that's when he picks up chunk plays. That's when Packers fans go, go, Pack, go. So that's on you. And Zimmer, he broke tendencies and respect. He adjusted the game plan and did a phenomenal job against Aaron Rodgers. So we went through and charted every single defensive play against the Packers because we have no hobbies. That's exactly what we did. So Vikings versus Packers, 46 dropbacks. Now, Zimmer only blitzed on 7 of 46 snaps, 15.2%, because you would think without Yannick that you would have to generate some sort of a pass rush, and maybe sending bodies, 5, 6, 7, would have to be the topic du jour to manufacture some pressure against Rodgers, but they didn't. Respect. And even though, the Packers offensive line banged up, David Bakhtiari missed the second game in a row, Vikings front 4 were extremely effective. Respect to Afadi and DJ Wanham and Jalen Holmes and Hercules Mataafa getting it done. And also, breaking tendency again. He only blitzed 2 out of 10 times on third down. He blitzed half the time on fourth down, but that's expected. And the Vikings were still able to generate pressure on 15 of the 46 dropbacks, 32.6%. And also, they played a lot of coverage. They played 2 deep safeties plus 30 of the 46 snaps, so just over 2/3. 22 of the snaps were man, 24 of the snaps were zone. And it was great. I think it was extremely smart what Mike Zimmer did, because he had a low blitz frequency paired with a lot of cover 2. It really helped out the young cornerbacks because start the game, Dantzler, Gladney, Harrison Hand, Chris Boyd coming off injury, Mark Fields the second as well. You had a lot of young guys chasing around the wide receivers out there, and having a little bit of help over the top paid massive dividends. And also the lack of blitzing, the lack of leaving the cornerbacks out on the island was massively important. It was great to see, especially after injuries took down Dantzler and Fields and Boyd, and now you had a lot of young, really underseasoned defensive backs back there. Plus, you had Josh Metellus back there towards the end of the game. Josh Metellus playing safety, Anthony Harris essentially playing slot cornerback, because, Metellus probably only knows a portion of the playbook, and he probably only knows that safety portion. Anthony Harris knows the whole defense, so he'll be in that slot. So it's just, frankly, I think the Vikings are kind of lucky. They were, because they had a great game plan and the players made plays and they played football, to throw the cliche in there. And it was great. Plus, Zimmer, typically blitzes about 40% of the time on third down, depending on down and distance. So dropping that tendency down to 2 out of 10, had to shake Rodgers. And also, sample size, and a lot of those third downs were third and forever. So it's understandable why you play coverage in those spots. But it was great. And also, they did throw in a couple of unique wrinkles in there as well. On one of the 3rd and 9s, they had a zone blitz where they brought Gladney and Eric Kendricks off one side. They dropped Afadi Odenabo into coverage. That is a Dom Capers special right there. Also, they used DJ Wanham. Besides being a hand-in-the-dirt defensive end, they lined him up on the defensive interior as a stand-up linebacker, and they dropped him into coverage, or they had him on a delay blitz. So everything was really interesting. So I think Mike Zimmer, this may be one of the finest defensive games that he's had. And again, like we said, it's weird saying that a quarterback put up 291 and 3 touchdowns, but you consider that a win. Absolutely you do. I mean, the Vikings did what they did on offense, controlled the clock. They ran the piss out of Dalvin Cook, and it was great to see there. And then the defense was opportunistic. They made a couple plays here and there. They shut down the Packers passing game from the second to third quarter. And then all of a sudden, make a couple big plays at the end. Break up the Hail Mary. DJ Wanham, let's go. Let's get that thing going. I think it was a great game plan, executed to perfection by the players on the field, the ones that are still on there towards the end of the game, and it's great to see. And they'll have to have another good one, even though Matthew Stafford is going to be without Babytron, and the Vikings have traditionally gotten a ton of heat on Matthew Stafford. They got to bring it. They got to be able to be consistent every single week and beat the teams you're supposed to beat. The Vikings are 3.5-point favorites versus the Lions for a reason. Go get it done. Make sure that this Green Bay game wasn't the Super Bowl. No, it's the start of something big. Vikings have the 5th easiest schedule the rest of the way. So let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's get it done. All right, but your thoughts. Vikings defense, how they handle Aaron Rodgers on Sunday, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.